guys, this is Lauren from My Something Beautiful Life, and today I wanted to show you, I don't know what to call it, my faith journal, I think. I use it for all things related to faith and scripture study, and I just wanted to show you how I've got this set up. I've been using this since January, and it's been a game changer. I absolutely love it. I think I originally got the idea from Jack, and if I can find her video that I watched, I'll show it to you below. I think I do it slightly differently than she does, but it's the same product and it's used for the same general purpose. So I think she was the one that originally inspired me to do something like this. So I will link to her below. So this is the ERIN CONDREN on-the-go folio and the planning pack. And this just holds all of my pens and even some post-it notes. So I think I'm actually going to go through the planning pack first, because just to show you all of the different tools that I'm using. I have so much in here, and I pretty much use all of it for the most part. I mean, there's a few things that I don't use as often, but I mean, these bags look small, but I've got this like packed full. Okay, there's more post-it notes too. Okay. So that's what I have in here. In fact, yeah, I even have more post-it notes back there. I like post-it notes. Okay, so, of course, sticky notes. I use these. I have a set of journaling scriptures, and I like to make sure that I can keep track of, well, I'm not sure how to say it, like, I'm always paranoid that I'm going to run out of room to write all the things that I'm learning, and then I'll think of something even better and I won't have a place to put it. And so I actually, as I'm going through my scriptures the first time, I'm actually using post-it notes, mostly these ones, these little ones, and thoughts that I have along the way. I put these in the margins. They're the perfect size, and I just write my notes on them before I know that I want it to be something permanent in there. So this is actually like a long project to do these like journaling scriptures. And so these post-it notes have just been super helpful to me to, I don't know, to feel more confident actually writing in them, because it's like I want it to be a really good treasure that I can go back and look and remember all of the things that I've learned, and then just refresh my memory of all of these wonderful treasures. So I use the post-it notes for those a lot, and so honestly that's mostly what my scriptures look like, is just post-it notes. So then next I have, you can see in here, it's the ERIN CONDREN dual tip markers. And I have, this is the 10 pack that they sell on their site, and I will link to everything here below. Most of this is ERIN CONDREN products, and so I'll just link to everything that I can find out of all of these. So anyway, these are the markers that I used. I love them. They're perfect for the Petite planners that I use in here, or the Petite journals, I guess. They're all the journal style ones. And they don't bleed through the pages, and they just add fun and pops of color, and just, yeah, I just really enjoy using them there. I bought this set specifically to put with this setup, I guess. I wanted a lot of colors, but I didn't want to just pick through the ones that I already had separately from the smaller packs. I just wanted its own set. So I have all of those. The Pentel Energel pens. These are my favorite gel pens of all time. I've tried a lot of gel pens trying to find the best, and these ones always end up winning out. So the black is the one that I use most often. I actually honestly probably don't use the blue in this situation very much. I use the black the most, and then the pink I do use in my scriptures to write down like verses that are especially important to me. So I'll use that to either like box them out or something, but the pinks for the ones I want to stand out more. The black I do use for when I write on the post-it notes, and I use it also for actually just writing straight into my scriptures. And then I also use it if I'm taking notes in here too. I realize most of this seems like it has to do with my scriptures, which a lot of these tools do, but I promise that a lot of it is for this too. But honestly, it all goes together. I use this when I use my scriptures, so it's all the same. All right, I have a pencil. This is also for using in my scriptures. I have an eraser. This is if I wanted to like actually draw something. I'm not the most artistic person, but sometimes I like to draw things. So I can draw it out in pencil first, and then I can outline it in the black, and I have the eraser that I can go through and erase the pencil lines afterwards. Honestly, Apple Pencil, not supposed to be in there. That's a duplicate. The yellow highlighter, also for my scriptures. I have found that this yellow mild liner actually works really, really well on those really thin scripture pages. So if you have those ones that are almost like transparent, but they're kind of glossy, I have used this tip of the mild liner to highlight the words. It's small enough that it'll go over the small text, and you can see it's super worn because I've used it a lot. But it works so well. Like, it doesn't bleed through as long as you don't like hold it to the page too long. But like if you're just basically highlighting, it works so well to highlight in the scriptures, and it doesn't bleed through, and it doesn't show on the other page because it's a light color. I'm sure some of the other mild liners would do it too. Like I have this green one, I'm sure that one would be fine too, but for some reason this yellow one just seems to work the best. And so I love that one. Same thing with these. These are the Staedtler. I have no idea how to say that. They're the Triplus Textsurfers. I found these on Amazon too. Actually, this one was given to me. I think it was like a swag type thing. Anyway, I got this and I loved it. And so I went and I found the other colors. But these are the best highlighters that work in my journaling scriptures because they do have thicker paper and it's more of a coarse paper. And these are just the best highlighters I found for it. And so I do color code in them for different themes that I'm looking for. Like everything yellow is about Jesus Christ. So that's what I use these for, is for actually highlighting in my scriptures. Well, I use the black pen for underlining things that are significant to me personally or things that I want to stand out. I use these for my color coding system, which for anybody who's interested, green is things that we should do. Red is things that we want to avoid. Yellow is for Jesus Christ. This like neon one I actually don't use very often, but it's there because it's with the other ones. Orange is for covenants. Blue is for blessings that are promised and if-then statements. Like if you look through the scriptures, you'll find if-then statements. If you like, it doesn't actually say if and then, but it's the same concept. If you do this, then this is how you will be blessed. So that's what the blue one is for. And then the purple one is for tender mercies that the Lord shows to his people. So that's my color coding system if anybody's interested. Again, I love these highlighters. They're amazing. In fact, I can show you the tip. They have kind of like a brush tip almost. They're kind of cool. They write really nicely. So I love those for the thicker paper. This is another one of my favorite pens. I use this one in my scriptures with the thin paper. The really like delicate transparent paper, however you want to call it. This is my favorite pen for writing in that. It's super smooth. It's just a normal ballpoint. In fact, they're really, really cheap ballpoints. You can usually get a pack of like 18 or 12 or something for like $3. These are just like super, super cheap pens, but I just love them. They're some of my favorites. So, and they work really well in scriptures. So that's what is inside my planning pack. All right, and if you have any questions about any of this, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I will try to answer them. Okay, so this is my on-the-go folio. This is the, I want to say it's wine, the wine color. And then I have this little charm here. This is also from ERIN CONDREN, and then the band for it. And I will show you how I use the band in just a minute. But just like a brief overview of what I have in here. So in the very front, I do have a pocket. I just have some little cards in here, just little quotes and things that I like. The first Petite journal that I have is, of course, from ERIN CONDREN. All of these are from ERIN CONDREN. In fact, this whole setup is from ERIN CONDREN. This thing is made specifically for the on-the-go folio. I don't even remember what it's called, but I love them. I buy them for all of my folios. I absolutely love this system, and it's just one of my favorite things. In fact, I have some other videos about these that I can link to below, but these folios are just they're just amazing because you can put different books, and I mean, it's essentially the traveler's notebook system. So you can put in different notebooks, keep different topics separate, or if you're using it as a planner, you can do calendars, and they have like gratitude journals and wellness journals and meal planners, things like that. So they have tons of different things that you can use, and you can keep all these little things separate, but then still have it together in one book. And it's just really nice. I just love it. These books are really, really good quality. I love the thick covers. They're so nice. They're always pretty. I think that most of them are foiled, if not all of them. But anyway, I just love them. So this is a lined one. This is the lined kaleidoscope. It just has lines on the inside. It's just a plain journal. Some of the planners do have pockets in the back. None of these ones do because these are just journals. They're not the actual planners. This one I use specifically for scripture study. And so any notes that I want to take that I don't actually write in my scriptures, I put them in here. I use this for a lot of like, where's the chart? There's like these little charts of where people traveled to. Things like that I like to put in here. So there's just some extra stuff there. And I'm trying not to show too much in there because sometimes I write like things that are relevant to my life right then. And so I'm just trying not to share too much personal information. The second one I have is a dot grid one. This one is actually pretty blank right now. Hold that thought. Let me get the one that's not blank. Okay, so this is the last one that I used before I put this one in. So this one's still blank. So what this is for is something called General Conference. In my religion, the leaders of our church have a big conference type thing every 6 months where they speak to us and they teach us and give us guidance and encouragement, and it's just a really uplifting part. It's a 2-day thing. It spans from a Saturday and a Sunday in April and October. In fact, we just had one last weekend. But they're always really amazing, really uplifting. If anybody's actually interested in going to watch that, I can link that in the description below too, because they're really awesome. They teach about Jesus Christ, and it's just a really nice weekend. Oh, it's upside down. So what I do in this is on each page, I actually use the index in this one. So after the conference is over, I go through and I write down the title and the speaker of each talk or sermon. On this side, I usually put my favorite quotes that they've said, and then on this side, I do just any notes that I had about it. And so this is where I use most of the ERIN CONDREN dual tip markers because I love it looking just bright and colorful. And so that's what I use this notebook for. And so this is a new one that I just haven't filled in the information for yet. So that's what I'm working on next. Okay, my next journal is for church notes. So in the past, before this whole COVID-19 thing, when we were going to church, I know some people are again, and you are the lucky ones because here in Southern California, we are not yet. And so when we would go to church, this is what I would use to take notes from church. Since we have been doing home church, I do use this for taking notes for our home church. So I have still been using it. My family, every week when we do our home church, we each take turns picking a thought. Like every week we each pick a thought. And so that's part of what we do for our home church. And so I can use this to either record notes about my personal thought that I'm sharing, or also anything that stands out from the rest of my family's. And then the last journal that I have in here is just for miscellaneous things. It's pretty much anything that when I study personally, then I can put it in here, and I'm not going to open it because this has a lot of like journal type stuff in it. But this is the place where I'll just put anything random that I'm thinking, that I'm studying, that I'm concerned with. And so that's what goes in here. And then in the back, I have the other half of this little pocket organizer thing. It has a little flap right here, Inside I have, these are clear Post-it notes, the pink and the yellow. They're just like a clear plastic. And then these sheets right here, these are just little sheets of vellum that I found at Hobby Lobby. And so that's just what I keep in there. And then I have a random coloring page. And then I have another pocket right back here and a little youth book. So that's what's inside my on-the-go folio. Oh, I did want to show you how I use this. This was a game changer for me. So I love these bands, but I don't need them for my planner. Like, people put them around their planner to keep their planner closed. I don't really see the point of that. If you're going to throw it in your purse, yeah, that makes sense because you want to keep it closed. But mine just stays at home, and so I've never had the need for it. But I think they are so pretty, and especially these glitter ones. Like, I just love them. But one day I was working in here, and let me find the blank page I can just use. So I just had it open, and it pops up, and I was trying to write on one side and the other side kept trying to close on me. And so I actually take them and I wrap them around the page that I'm not writing on, and it holds the book open for me. And it has just been the best thing for, I don't know, keeping my sanity. I just absolutely love it. So I always keep one with my study journal. So anyway, oops, and I did that wrong, so the charm's gonna be backwards now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry if it was all over the place, but if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And if you like this video, I'd love it if you subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.